Hey, good day. It's Dan here. I hope my bright colors aren't going to blind you today. Just hanging out here in the dining room. I was just thinking about a statistic that I've heard thrown around a few times, and so I got online and I did a little digging just to see if I could find the source of that. And the statistic that I've heard has to do with reading books and how few people actually ever read a book. And I had heard this number that 30 or 50% of high school graduates will never read a book again in their lifetime. And I thought, that's crazy. I mean, you've probably seen one of my previous videos. I've been reading this book by Tony Robbins. It's a pretty sizable book. It's about 600 pages and pretty small print. This just showed up in the mail for me the other day. And both of these books were free, by the way. Both of these authors, Brendon Burchard for the Motivation Manifesto and Tony Robbins, offered their books for free. All you had to pay was the shipping, which for me, international even, was $7 or $8. No big deal. The book itself, Tony Robbins' book, see if I can find the price for you, $34 Canadian for this book. If you were to go to Indigo or Chapters or Amazon, you're probably going to pay $30 or more plus shipping. He shipped it out for free. So there's a tip for you. Go on Facebook, find both of these guys, see if they're still offering their book for free and get their books. But anyway, point of the video is not to pitch their books, although they're great books. I encourage you to read them. The point of the video is I don't know why people don't read. I shouldn't say that. I know why they don't read because, for the most part, in North America, we're lulled by entertainment that doesn't involve reading. It's watching TV, it's online, it's going out to the pub, it's sports, it's whatever. And the point I want to make is that here's a catchphrase you can put in your head. Readers are leaders. Or you could say it the other way around even. Leaders are readers. And there's been studies. I want to read you these stats first, so just bear with me for a second. I'm going to read the stats from this study conducted by the Jenkins Group in the U.S. They're an independent publishing services firm. And so they did a study on people and how many books they read in their lifetime. They found that 33% of high school graduates never read another book for the rest of their lives. 42% of college graduates never read another book after college. 80% of U.S. families did not buy or read a book last year. 70% of U.S. adults have not been in a bookstore in the last 5 years. And 57% of new books that are actually purchased are not read to completion. So even the people that buy books don't finish reading them, which, again, I don't understand. But obviously, I come from a different perspective. So what I've learned over the years is that many of my mentors have always said, feed your mind. And part of that process, besides audios, which I talk about quite a bit, is to read books. And not, 50 Shades of Grey or the latest romance novel or Stephen King or what's out there. That's good to read for entertainment, but you want to feed your mind. If you want to get ahead in life, you've got to put good information in. If you want good information to come out, you got to put the good information in. And so that's why I highly encourage reading. And read for 30 minutes to an hour a day if you can. It's that consistency that'll pay off in the long run. If you were to read for 30 minutes to an hour a day, on average, you're going to read a couple books a month. So you're miles ahead of the masses already because they never even open a book. But by reading a book or two a month, you're going to get through a dozen, 25, maybe 50 if you're a fast reader. 50 books a year. The average CEO in the Fortune 500 companies, to my understanding, read on average 50 books a year. So if you want to achieve those kind of levels, maybe you don't aspire to be a CEO of corporate America, but if you want to be on par earnings wise with the people that are leading those companies, read more books, because this is where you're going to get your learning from. This is how you get better at what you do, whatever that is. If you're, a small business owner or home business owner, you want to become a better communicator, and part of that process is going to be through reading books and learning from people that are great communicators. So the point I want to make is that, again, catchphrase, readers are leaders. If you want to become a leader in your industry, whatever industry that is, then I suggest reading books on that subject and doing it consistently every day. Read for half an hour a day. Schedule time in for reading, even if make it the last thing you do before you go to bed. I mean, I'm bad for that because I often wake up with the book falling on my face, because I'll sit down to read, and my body knows once I get into bed that it's bedtime, and I'm one of those people that's out like that. So I often find myself reading the same sentence or paragraph a dozen times because I'm only half awake when I'm doing it. So now I try and do reading in the middle of the day or in the afternoon, but make some time, one way or another, make some time for reading. So I want to keep it at that. That's my message for today. Readers are leaders. Don't be one of those people that goes through life without ever reading another book. You'd be amazed at what you can learn and apply when you take up reading. So that's all I got for you today. Make it a great day. I look forward to seeing you on another video. Bye for now.